Hello students. Let's begin with the chapter number 9, coordination compounds. In the previous unit, we learned that the transition metals form a large number of complex compounds in which the metal atoms are bound to a number of anions or neutral molecule by sharing of electrons. Students, this is the complex compound, but this complex compound now in modern chemistry, in modern terminology, is known as a coordination compound. It means the coordination compounds are the compound in which metal ions or metal atoms can be bound with neutral atom or it can be bound with the anions, and these compounds are called coordination compounds. The chemistry of coordination compounds is an important and challenging area of modern inorganic chemistry. New concepts of chemical bonding and molecular structure have provided insight into the functioning of this compound as vital component of biological system. It means these coordination compounds are not as studied in the chemistry field, it is also studied in the biological field as well. Like chlorophyll, hemoglobin, vitamin B12 are the examples of coordination compound of magnesium, iron and cobalt respectively. That means they are the biological coordination compounds. Variety of metallurgical process, industrial catalyst and analytical reagents involve the use of coordination compounds. Coordination compounds also find many applications in electroplating, textile, dyeing and medicinal chemistry. So students, we are starting this coordination compound with the very most important theory of Werner's theory of coordination compound. Students, Alfred Werner, this scientist was the first who studied, who gave information regarding coordination compounds. So let's study Werner's theory of coordination compound. Alfred Werner, a Swiss chemist, was the first to formulate his ideas about the structure of coordinate coordination compounds. He prepared and characterized a large number of coordination compounds and studied their physical and chemical behavior by simple experimental techniques. Werner proposed the concept of primary valency and the secondary valency for a metal ion. So, according to Werner's, a metal atom has a two type of valency. One is a primary valency and second one is a secondary valency. Now the question is, what is this primary and secondary valency? Or what is the difference between primary and secondary valency? So to understand this two type of valency, first we must be familiar or we must be aware by two types of compound. The binary compounds, they are such as a chromium trichloride, cobalt dichloride, palladium chloride have primary valency of 3, 2 and 2 respectively. So this compound, I must say, this chromium chloride, cobalt chloride, palladium chloride, these are the simple compounds, not a coordinate compounds or complex compound. Now, in a series of compounds of cobalt 3 chloride with ammonia, it was found that some of the chloride ion could be precipitated as AgCl on adding excess silver nitrate solution in cold, but some remain in solution. So, to understand the physical and chemical properties of coordination compound, Alfred Werner proposed one chemical process. In that process, he take cobalt 3 chloride and mix with the ammonia. Now this mixture he reacted with the silver nitrate, and by the reaction of this mixture with silver nitrate he got the PPTs of AgCl. So now on that basis he gave different informations regarding coordination compounds. So students, You can see here 1 mole of cobalt chloride and ammonia, when reacted with the silver nitrate, it gives 3 moles of AgCl. So we can see here that the different amount of mole of AgCl, 3 mole, 2 mole, 1 mole, 1 mole. So this observation together with the result of conductivity measurement in solution can be explained if, first of all, 6 group in all the cobalt ion during the reaction, and second, the compounds are formulated as shown in table 9.1, where the atoms within the square brackets form a single entity which does not dissociate under the reaction condition. Werner proposed the term secondary valency for the number of groups bound directly to the metal ion. In each of these example, the secondary valencies are 6. So now let's see in detail what is this concept. Here in table 9.1, students, you can see the cobalt is associated with 6 molecules of ammonia in first structure. Now in second formula, cobalt is attached with 1 chloride and 5 ammonium molecule. So on that basis, we can say that the valency of cobalt is 6, remains 6. In third formula, cobalt is attached with 2 moles of chloride, 2 moles of chloride and 4 molecules of ammonia. That means in this case the valency of cobalt also remain same, that is a 6. And in last formula we also the valency of cobalt remains 6. So in this all these 4 formula we can see that the cobalt is attached with 6 ligands. It is in first it is attached with 6 ammonia. In second formula it is attached with 5 ammonia molecule, 5 ammonia molecule and 1 chloride. In third it is attached with 4 ammonia molecule and 2 chloride, and in last it is also attached with 4 ammonia and 2 chloride. So on that basis, students, the chloride ion get removed from this coordinate compound, that means complex compound, and gives a precipitate of different mole ratio. So not that the last two compounds in table 9.1, last two one, green and violet color having, okay. So last two compounds in table 9.1 have identical empirical formula. That means their molecular formulas are similar but distinct properties. Their properties are different. Such compounds are termed as an isomer. Werner in 1898 proposed his theory of coordination compound. The main postulate are: first, in coordination compound the metal shows two types of linkage. Which are these two type of linkage? Let's study. In coordination compounds, metal shows two type of linkage, two type of valencies, primary and secondary. Now still you may be confused, what is this primary and secondary valency? Students, check here. In the formula given in table 9.1, there are some species which is in a square bracket and there are some species which is outside of square bracket. So the species which is outside of square bracket, they are called primary valencies, and the species which is present inside the square bracket, these are called the secondary valencies. That means in all these four formula of table 9.1, the ammonia and the chloride which is present inside the square bracket, they are considered as a secondary valency of cobalt metal, and the chloride ion which is present outside the square bracket, they are considered as a primary valency of cobalt metal. So let's see what are the properties of the primary and secondary valencies. The primary valencies are normally ionizable and are satisfied by negative ions. The secondary valencies are non-ionizable. These are satisfied by neutral molecule or negative ions. Secondary valency is equal to the coordination number and is fixed for a metal. The ions groups bound by the secondary linkage to the metal have characteristic spatial arrangement corresponding to different coordination number. It means on the basis of the number of ions or ligands attached with the metal atom, the shape will be changed. In the modern formulations such as the spatial arrangement are called coordination polyhedra. The species within the square bracket are coordination entities. Must remember this statement. The species within the square brackets are coordination entities, and the complex and the ions outside the square bracket are called counter ions. That means 3Cl minus, 2Cl minus, Cl minus, Cl minus, these are the counter ions. And the species, the entities which is present inside the square bracket, they all are considered as a coordination entities. Okay. So he further postulated that octahedral, tetrahedral and square planar geometrical shapes are more common in coordination compound of transition metals. Thus, all these species are octahedral entities. Like see, the cobalt containing species. Here is the 6 ammonia molecule. Here is the 5 ammonia and 1 chloride. Here is the 4 ammonia and 2 chloride. So the coordination number of cobalt will remain 6, and that's why it has a shape of octahedral. While nickel tetracarbonate NiCO4 and platinum chloride PtCl4 are tetrahedral and square planar respectively. Okay students, so let's move on to the next topic, next part. So what is the difference between a double salt and complexes? Both double salt as well as a complex are formed by the combination of two or more stable compounds in stoichiometric ratio. However, they differ in the fact that double salts such as a carnallite, KCl, MgCl2 into 6H2O, Morse salt, ferrous sulfate into ammonium sulfate into 6H2O, potash alum, KAlSO4 twice into 12H2O, etc. dissociate into simple ions completely when dissociate into water. However, complex ions such as FeCN6 4- of K4FeCN6 do not dissociate into Fe2 plus and Cn minus ion. That means here we have to understand the double salt and complex compound, they both are different. Double salts are a compound which is composed of two or more stable compound. That means when two or more compounds in proper stoichiometric ratio combine together, they form a double salt. These double salts are able to dissociate into water, but compared to that, the complex compound cannot dissociate into water. That means their species, the complex compound which is composed by different species, that cannot be dissociate into water. Students, I want to tell you that you must have to remember the formula of carnallite, Morse salt and potash alum. These are the most important, which are many times asked in a different form of MCQs. So always remember these three formulas of carnallite, Morse salt and potash alum. Thank you all my students.